Hello everyone, Dr. Stillman here, and today we are going to talk about the ins and outs of sodium and potassium. I'm going to be doing a book club on this later this year over my Substack blog, that's stillmanmd.substack.com. Today we are going to cover why sodium and potassium are so important, and the ratio is really what you need to be looking at, not the overall number of each one, because these minerals truly balance one another. And it's very easy for people to get caught in a bad thinking like salt is bad, potassium is good, when in fact the truth is closer to you need the right amount of both, and the amount that you need may vary with your unique biochemistry and with your current state of health, stress, etc. Sauerkraut, 661 milligrams. That's just for, I think, 100 grams of it. It's not a huge portion. Potato chips, that's one of those little bags, the big party size bags. Not big party size, like the small fun size bags. Genoa salami. Cured meats have huge salt content because the salt helps cure them. There's a lot of salt in pretty much any cured meat, many cured fish, not all. And so that's something for you to be mindful of. When it comes down to one of my favorite high salt foods, it's actually seaweed. In this case, wakame. There's a caveat to that, though, that we're going to talk about. Okay. Eggs, anchovies, salmon, even salted butter, not a lot of salt coming into the diet from those. And the rest of the components of this diet, whole foods like rice, they don't even rank on this scale. So where is the potassium coming from? So you're getting a lot of potassium from some things like potato chips. Potatoes are going to give you a lot of potassium without giving you a lot of salt, right? So if you look at the potassium to sodium ratio or sodium to potassium ratio in potato chips, right, you're getting a gram of potassium with this serving of potato chips, but you're getting half a gram almost of salt with this potato chips. Notice the potatoes themselves are not on this sodium list at all. There's virtually no sodium in potatoes themselves. It's all added in the potato chip manufacturing process. What else has a lot of potassium in it? Fish, anchovies, oatmeal, bananas, black beans. All those whole foods are very rich in potassium. One of the things, and these foods are rich in a lot of other things too, right? So look at things like B12, rich in the low salt foods. Folate, also rich in many of the low salt foods. And this brings me back to the wakame, which I want to make a very clear example of. People will say things like a high salt diet is bad for you, but the source really matters. And globally, consumption patterns can affect this massively. Let's say that you look at the sodium to potassium ratio and intake in Japan, and you find some anomaly, where at a certain point, there's actually a significant benefit to mortality. What if you're seeing an increased intake of something like seaweed that's packed with other nutrients that are associated with longevity, like folate or iodine or copper, right? So it's more complicated than all this. And it's why it always comes back to the same thing over and over and over again, which is that if you don't eat whole, natural foods free of lots of additives and processing and artificial ingredients, if you don't eat them, you're going to get sick.
If this video has been helpful to you, make sure that you check out my link tree below to find out how you can keep in touch with me best. And if you would like to become a patient at my practice, please apply to work with me at STILLMANMD.com. Thank you again for watching. Have a great day.